One controversy that is really important to get settled in our minds as Christians, or as anybody, even a non-Christian, when you think about the issue of homosexuality, is what is the expected outcome? From a Christian perspective, what does success mean when you think about the homosexual question? If you have someone who the Christian psychologist Mark Yarbrough calls a sincere struggler, you have people who are sincere strugglers, who are Christians, or just who people who have a conviction that it's not morally right to have these urges, but you have them anyway, and you're trying to struggle against them. You have a sincere struggler, and then you have people who are more activists or who do not think there's an issue. So as you think about the solution to this problem from a Christian perspective, what's the expected outcome? Now, unfortunately, too many Christians and Christian organizations have considered success to be heterosexuality, where you are not cured, so to speak. There's no success until you sexually desire a person of the opposite gender. That's for too long, this lie has been perpetrated that success equals heterosexuality. That is wrong. That is a lie. That's not how any metric for victory or success in the Christian life works. But for some reason, we bought into the idea that you cannot be a faithful Christian unless you have heterosexual sexual desires. And that is not correct. The goal for every Christian, no matter who you are, what you're struggling with, could be homosexuality, it could be pornography, it could be alcohol, it could be anything. The goal is Christ likeness, regardless of whether your sexual attractions change. God may not remove sinful desires and temptations from your life. If you are dealing with any issue, when you come to Christ, you now have the ability to have victory over those things, but that doesn't mean complete eradication from your soul and your mind. It just means that by God's grace and help, you're able to overcome those desires and temptations as you live your life. You're not captive to them. They don't capture you anymore. You're not a slave to them anymore. To think that success is only total eradication of the desire or urge is basically a version of the prosperity gospel, where God is a divine butler who's there to serve you your drink and give you what you want from the machine. That's not the way Christian growth works. That's not the way real life works. The goal of every faithful Christian is to worship God by everything you do in life. And just like every other Christian, faithfulness, when it comes to sexual sin, faithfulness means killing and fleeing from that sin daily, putting it to death, removing things out of your life, removing unholy activities and influences out of your life, and replacing them with holy ones, with the help of the Holy Spirit. That's how biblical change works from Ephesians chapter 4. If you are a sincere struggler who struggles with homosexuality, you are not in a separate class or a separate category. You're in the same class as every other Christian in the entire world, struggling against sin by the grace of God. And the goal is Christ-likeness, not heterosexuality. If you are abusing drugs and you're a Christian, success is to not abuse the drug and to continue to fight against the urge and the temptation for the rest of your life and to live like Christ. That's success. If you're dealing with alcoholism and you're a Christian, success is to not drink and to fight the temptation to begin drinking again and to avoid influences in your life that will lead you to drink again and to stay away from those urges and temptations that make you want to drink again. If your issue is anger, success is not exploding in violent rages and to fight the temptation to do so as you live your life. And in the exact same way, if you're a sincere struggler and your issue is same-sex attraction, homosexuality, success means not engaging in that activity and fighting the temptation to do so by God's grace and the help of a Christian community that loves you. That's what success is. To realize that your identity is not in who you want to sleep with. Your identity, if you're a Christian, is as an adopted son or daughter of the Lord. And if you're a sincere struggler, you're one of our people. And that's what the Christian church, that's the attitude the Christian church should have. sincere strugglers of all stripes, homosexuality and otherwise, are our people. And the church's message should be that success is Christ likeness, ever increasing Christ likeness. And the congregation's job is to ask sincere strugglers to join us in our struggle to love Christ and submit to him while we wait for him to return. Victory does not mean heterosexuality. It might for you, but it might not. Success is Christ likeness in serving the King of Kings.